Welcome to Lee Does Stuff. Today we're going to be swapping out a battery on this 2021 Road Glide Special. In order to do that, we first have to pop off this seat here, and it's pretty simple. There's going to be one screw here. We're going to be using a Phillips screwdriver. If you have a fatter screwdriver head on the Phillips, it'll work a lot better because the bolts are quite big. And just lift up and pull back, and the seat comes right off. And it's a bit of a rat's nest under here, not as simple as people think. And it's time to unhook some of the connections. Just slide this little guy back, get it out of the way. All right, it's gonna go around here. There's one clip here for this piece. And we're going to keep it simple. We're not going to use any names or and whatnot. This is just for the simple do-it-yourselfer here. And there's going to be two of these bolts here. This is a 3/16 Allen wrench. And these bolts are going to come off quite easily. I mean, nothing is really hard. So for a 3/16 Allen wrench and a Phillips screwdriver, a little bit on the fatter head size, and that's all you need to do this job here. So we take those bolts out, and then we have this plastic piece covering the battery. Now let's unhook this too, pop it off. You know, just make a little bit of room here. You know, you don't have to take off everything, just a few things like I'm showing you here in the video. And this thing, it looks like it's stuck, but at the front, you see, I just pulled up. I'm going to show you, I'm going to go around the other side here. I'm going to show you. See that hole there, kind of? Okay, so, all right, let's start again. You see the front there? You see this clip? That's what it was stuck on because it kind of goes over. Let's see here to the left. That piece right there, it slides over. It slides over that clip right there, and that's why it was a little hard to get off. But I mean, it's not hard. You just got to kind of pull it forward and then lift up. All right, let's take our Phillips screwdriver and let's loosen up the battery connections. Now you're supposed to start with negative first and then the positive on a battery, but when you're taking it out, and then you do the opposite when you're putting a new battery in. You're supposed to start with the positive and then go to the negative. But this battery is completely dead, so whatever. I'm not worried about it arcing or anything like that. So if I do die in some type of explosion on this video, then somebody call 911. All right, so I just took off the little the pig connection there for your battery trickle charger, and that also plugs into your heated vest. That's a nice little aftermarket thing to put onto your battery as well. And from the factory, the battery was from the factory, and they didn't use the old battery strap here, so we're definitely going to make use of that because it's not easy getting a battery out without this. And also getting a battery in, you won't have to drop it. You can kind of, you know, nestle it in nice and easy. Boom, and then we just lay the strap on top, and now we're just going to reverse order what we did before. Let's get our battery terminals on. Let's get the little pig connection first, and then your battery. So your battery connection, then the pig connection, and then screw your new screws that you were given with the battery. Make sure they're nice and tight. Okay, so here we go. We got battery power back to the bike. Fantastic. Let's get this dinky plastic piece back on. And remember, you got that piece up at the front. It's a little bit tricky. A little bit tricky. Now you're going to push sort of up and then down to try to get it around the front there. Not as hard going back. See, there it is. See, it goes over that little clip. See? But right there. And that's it. So, you know, just take your time. Make sure you have a good trouble light to see what you're doing, and it'll slide back on quite easily. All right. Now, let's get our connections back on. Let's get this little guy. Clip. And at this point in time, I'm checking all the connections, and this is a good habit to get into. You know, you're screwing around. There's lots of wires on these bikes, especially with all the, you know, heated grips and heated vests and everything like that. So let's slide these components back on, make sure they're going on in the proper place, and check to make sure that the connections are nice and tight. Let's get this doohickey back on. It just has one clip here to the right. So you just get it in and then press down, boom, clip. There we go. And just like that, everything is looking pretty good. But because we have everything off, I am definitely going to check the connections and everything one more time. See, there's that clip right there. Press down hard. There again, clips in. Check all the connections. Check them all. Check them all, folks. You better check them. If you don't check them, I'm going to come after you. This is how it goes. All right. Looking good. Oh, a little bit of overkill. Let's get these back in. Boom, boom. 2. Easy. Just snug them up. Just snug them up nice. Nothing crazy. Now, what I like to do here is I like to use WD-40 under the seat where it is. I find that the WD-40 really repels water. And, you know, if water does get in here, it's going to repel it. And, you know, you won't get any corrosion or rust forming under the seat, which in a lot of Harleys, I've seen that from time to time, corrosion on bolts and battery connections and things of that nature. And we definitely do not want that. So I use a bit of WD-40 every now and again, and I never had a problem. And it shines up the paint pretty nice too. All right, so this right here, this little notch is going to go into this clip. So very, very important, folks. Press down and then forward. Clip. Down, forward, down, forward. Okay, now test. Try to jack it up. Try to jack it up. Okay, good, because this really is your biggest connection. Okay, we're good. And then with your one bolt at the back here, your one screw, I don't know why I call it a bolt, but whatever. It's a screw. Here you go. Boom, boom, boom. Screw, screw. Screw it in. There we go. And really, if you think about it, it's kind of funny with a Harley seat only having one screw. But, I mean, again, the connection, the important part is at the front. And we tested it and we made sure. Okay, let's see how much power is going to this bike before we fire it up. All right. Okay, everything's looking good. We're happy. All right, let's get this camera on a tripod here and let me pull the clutch and let's start this bad boy up. All right, I'm going to stop talking for a second. And just like that, huh? Purring like a kitten. Fantastic.